And welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 500,000 subscribers. We're getting there. Picked up over 5,000 new subscribers thanks to you just this weekend alone. So look, if we're going to make changes, we got to do it together. Hit subscribe, watch, comment, and please share with family and friends because the stupidity, the nonsense, it's not going to stop until we make it stop. Now, in another crazy press conference, the president goes on and says that he wants to send the National Guard into yet another American city. Now, look, I'm talking about our nation's capital. According to him, could be overrun by Trump's troops in a so-called crackdown on crime, saying that federal agents will now be authorized to do whatever the hell they want. Well, I'll do it in his voice. Whatever the hell that they want. We've seen, my friends, we've seen this playbook from him before. We saw it in Los Angeles. And you know what? He just wants to keep expanding this. Now, Trump administration is heading to trial to keep troops on the ground there in Los Angeles, even though there is no emergency situation going on. In fact, there never was. On my Mea Culpa podcast, comedian and LA resident Maggie Reed, she tells me what it's like to see Trump's authoritarian actions up close and personal in her hometown. Play the clip. I mean, thank God that this administration sent the National Guard over there to to California in order to assist in these deportation operations, right? I mean, just thank God, because California was going into the toilet. It was like Snake Plissken in Escape from New York. Everybody in California, is a fucking violent felon killing each other and so on.
There were alien spaceships. Bernie Sanders was at the wheel. There was so much danger here in California. Thank God for Donald Trump protecting us, really.
Yeah. Tell me, what do you think of the implications here of using military reserve forces, using Marines to carry out immigration enforcement?
It's all propaganda. It's all meant to, and they're doing it so they can show those little sound bites on Fox News, OAN, Newsmax, and make it seem like there's actually something going on here. And California is not having it. Unequivocally, we are not having it. It's all for show. It's all for his power. And, he picked California because long has Donald Trump said California was the worst and Gavin Newsom's the worst. And we're not raking our forests enough.
So then why are you wasting your time with me here on Mea Culpa? Go get your rake and get out there and do your job.
He keeps talking about letting the water out too. Letting the water out.
Man. Hey, Melania, can I ask you a question? Did you ever not have water to wash the shampoo out of your hair, as your husband, used to claim all the time that, you used to be drip, drip, drip. You couldn't even, take a normal shower. You couldn't wash your hair. Did you ever have a problem in California?
No.
Because I go to California all the time. I've never had that problem.
No, we don't have that problem in California. But, I do take long baths because this one time I held Donald's hand and I'm constantly scrubbing. So the smell comes off and I still can't get it off my hands. Donald Trump is obsessed with thinking he knows what is best for California. He talks about the water that didn't go to the Palisade fires, which had nothing to do with rerouting water. And when they did come down and release certain water, he wasted the water here. They opened up a channel in the south, and it's not what he was talking about, Pacific Northwest, and he wasted water and just flooded certain areas that literally that water was being reserved for the summertime. He is a disaster, and he doesn't know what he's
But
talking
you know
about.
what? So let me say this to you, right? Because I totally agree. First of all, he makes it sound as if though all I need to do is turn on the spigot. That's all I needed to do. Turn on the spigot.
A
And the
really
water
big
was flowing.
wheel.
And I just turned on the spigot and the water was flowing. California now had water. All of a sudden there was water. So much water, you've never seen so much in your whole life. And I'm saying to myself, that's not the way it works. There isn't a spigot like what you have in your backyard to turn on the water for the state of California. Second of all, you're right. It was in an area that was completely out of the range of the fires. The people who I am most angry at, yes, it is a ridiculous, irrational, inaccurate statement by the President of the United States to this country. But what about the people who are supposed to be there to guide him on the right path? I used to do this, and I used to do it all the time. And I got to be honest with you, he actually respected it. People would say to me, I'd go on MSNBC, CNN, on all these talk shows, and they would say, yeah, but he doesn't listen to anybody. Yes, he does. He'll make it his own, but he will listen to you. If you turn around and you tell him that by turning on, first of all, number one, sir, it's not a spigot, all right? What you have to do is you have to open up a major dam, right? That will re-flood areas and so, but that it will not affect at all. There is no wells that are dry in California where you can't get from a fire hose. You're not going to be getting water for pressure and so on. When you have a fire like that, it does need to replenish itself. So then you go on to the next, to the next fire hydrant. But my point is, whoever it is that's providing him the information is doing a totally shit job, and they're actually hurting him worse than he's even hurting himself.
Absolutely. Well, the thing is, when it comes to the water talk, I've actually tried to figure out what he's talking about. Is he, because sometimes he mentions things that are water coming from up near Canada. Then he talks about maybe the Delta area, and he's talking about the smelt. The thing is, he doesn't even know what he's talking about. And so is he informing himself? I mean, he talks about the smelt fish a whole bunch. So, is he informing himself? Is somebody there informing him? I don't know. But wherever he's getting his information, it's completely wrong. And I wish he would just stay out of California, because, especially what ICE is doing here, and, having the military, the National Guard come in, it is so just gross. And in California, we love the people in our communities, and we respect the people in our communities. And to see families being torn apart like this is just awful. And they're not going after criminals. They're not going after, the worst of the worst. They're going after moms, dads. Even in my area, there was an ICE that was camped outside of a speech therapy clinic, just waiting for people to come out, which is
but that makes
awful.
sense. But that makes sense, right?
Right?
I mean, we don't want the people who are speech impaired, do we? I mean, they don't really contribute to America.
It's so, and the fact that we're not even deporting these people at this point. We're putting them in concentration camps at this point. And the fact that this isn't alarming to Republicans, and they're buying alligator Alcatraz merch, I feel like we're in the upside down. It's like, what fresh hell are we in today? Because it's just awful.
Yeah, it's causing all sorts of ripple effect problems throughout the country. Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.